Is this thing turned on? Man, is it even working? Oh yeah, I think that's good. Okay, smile, guys. Welcome to my new channel, Detour Ahead, and my first video, a ride with my compadres, Aria and Brad, out Beaver Creek and up into the Oregon Coast Range. I'm on my Africa Twin, a bike I've been patiently kitting out for a couple years as I get ready to ride from Oregon to Patagonia. Crash bars, brighter lights, bigger foot pegs, heated grips, and on and on. But the patient customizing has ratcheted up to a mad rush because suddenly I'm leaving for Patagonia in under a week. I try to focus on the scenery, but I'm mostly thinking about my 9-page list of things left to do. I'll be riding down the Oregon and California coast to LA, where I'll stay a night or two with my sister and brother-in-law. Then I'll cross the border into Baja and ride south, camping along the Sea of Cortez to La Paz, where I'll catch the ferry over to mainland Mexico. From there, I'll veer north and climb an elevation, as we're doing here in Beaver Creek, to ride a few days in Copper Canyon, then turn back south. But before any of that, I've got to put a new chain and sprockets on the bike, tires and brakes, a new battery and clutch cable, change the oil. What am I forgetting? I got to check my list. And my pals Ari and Brad are kindly helping me with this final push to get me on the road to Ushuaia in Tierra del Fuego, the southernmost city in the world, just 620 miles from Antarctica. Some of those 9 pages are my packing list, so you can think of this as my packing video. And then there's documents to laminate, spare parts to buy, and kinks to work out with my windscreen and knee protection. I'm still trying to figure out which pants are the happy compromise between Nicaragua, the equator, the Bolivian salt flats, and the high altitudes of the Andes in the southern hemisphere's late spring. We arrive at a clear-cut mountaintop, 2,500 feet, for a look at the Coast Range to the west. To the east, the Willamette Valley and the Cascades beyond. and I think I've about dialed in this GoPro thing. Okay, not yet, but we get a couple pictures, have a drink and a few handfuls of peanuts, some good conversation with friends, and we're off again. See you in a bit. The Garmin Zumo XT has no idea where we are. It's designed for adventure motorcycles, but only the most established of these fire roads appear on the Zumo map. We hit a few dead ends, but then find a road that feels promising. We take another break and try to determine just how lost we are. Then we all switch bikes. I get on the TT250, only a fourth of the engine of my 1000 cc's, and Brad shoots off on my Africa Twin. Aria's riding Brad's DRZ 400. Brad loaned me his DRZ for a few days some years back when I was thinking about making a change to dual sport from my Moto Guzzi Griso. It goes without saying I liked riding off-road just fine. I'd only been riding about 7 years at that point, and Brad taught me all the basic off-road skills. I'd wanted a motorcycle for as long as I can remember. In fact, I asked for one for my 3rd birthday. My mother wrote that down in my baby book. For 1,000 shifting reasons, I didn't start riding until 10 years ago, and Aria has been my moto sensei from the start. Patient and committed to improving my skills, helping me pick out bikes and fixing them, advising me on gear, generally looking out for me like the great friend that he is. Brad tells me later in the day that he makes a point of hitting every muddy puddle when he's on someone else's bike. The day keeps getting prettier as we ride the ridge, and I like how my upgraded taillight shines through in the sunlight. A few days ago I bought the South America maps for the Zumo. There are a few countries in Central America that Garmin doesn't cover, so I'll be seeking out third-party maps for Guatemala, Honduras, Salvador, and Nicaragua. Probably not till I'm already rolling south. Between those and Google Maps and Maps.me, I should be pretty well set. People have asked me if I've got the whole trip mapped out, and the answer is a definitive no. Really, after Copper Canyon in Mexico, I'm just heading south, taking it day by day. I'll talk to locals and other travelers to find the dirt roads that'll take me on surprising routes to spectacular and interesting and tranquil and beautiful places where I'll meet more good people who'll point me further along my journey. Oh, nice save, Brad. When a big adventure bike starts to go over, especially loaded down with gear as I'll be on my trip, they sometimes just go. On my moto camping trips with my pal John, riding the Oregon BVR and the Trans-America Trail, we sometimes dump our bikes a couple times a day. Easy enough to pick them up when there's two of us, but I'll surely struggle in the months ahead, lifting the bike up in the humidity of sweltering jungles and the thin air of high altitudes. We cross the Alsea River and return to the pavement. Then we discuss the ride, the sections of greasy mud, that spot where the road fell away on a curve, where the view of South Sister opened up. Brad has some thoughts about the suspension on my Africa Twin. Aria remembers I picked up a sheetrock screw very near this spot on a foiled ride to green salmon and Yachats. There's some discussion of tires. And then we're off, looking forward to the Mary's Peak twisties that'll seesaw us back to the valley. I'm counting down the days until I depart, so check out my next video, riding down the Pacific coast with my sights set on Patagonia.